The final 18 holes of the Horizon League Men's Golf Championship were frantic as the team and individual titles were still very much up for grabs. After shooting a second round 67, Butler's Kyle Thomas opened his final round with a birdie at number 10, then nearly holed out on 12 for another birdie, but instead settled for par, keeping the pressure on the rest of the leaders. Loyola's Armando Favola came out scorching as well. A fantastic second shot on the 11th led to this birdie putt. Favola was 5 under through his first 9 holes, putting himself back in contention for the individual crown. Wright-State's Charlie Dahl was right in the thick of it as he made the turn Tuesday, but this bogey at number 2 didn't help his cause, dropping him 2 shots back of the leader. Dahl would recover on the very next hole, pitching out of the deep stuff on number 3. That led to this birdie putt. Dahl would get no closer, however, finishing in second at 1 over par. The Detroit Titans entered the day with a 3-shot lead on the field in team competition, but putting was an issue in the final round. Britt Pronk missing the putt on the 7th. Then it's Jeff Claridge on the 7th needing this putt to save par, but he also can't find the cup, further tightening the race for the team title. Green Bay and Cleveland State were the 2 teams chasing Detroit as the day began. The Phoenix also experiencing some trouble on the greens. Brady Mork trying to save par on the 7th, but can't. Adam Ostring looking for a birdie on the 7th, but just can't get it to go, leaving the Phoenix with a hill to climb the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Cleveland State seemed to be immune to any problems on the final day. Kent Monis with a huge putt on the 7th. That's a birdie, one of his 4 birds on the front 9. Jake Scott, the individual leader, was feeling it as well. Look at the beautiful chip on number 8. It ended up being his only bogey of the round, but it could have been much, much worse. The rest of the field individually began to slip down the stretch. Favola looking for yet another birdie on the second hole, but leaves it short. Obviously frustrated, Favola fell back to finish alone in 7th place. Meanwhile, Thomas with a short birdie putt on the 3rd hole really needs it, but just can't get it. A final round 73 left Thomas all alone in 3rd place. The Titans and Phoenix continued to try and chase down the Vikings for the team title. Detroit's David Byrne putting for a birdie on number 18 would have given him 4th place all to himself, but instead he has to settle for par and a final round 74. Green Bay's Austin Ellenfeld staring at an eagle putt on 18. This also would have lifted him into 4th place all by himself, but it was just that kind of day for Ellenfeld, who also had one go begging on the 8th hole. He'd tap in for birdie to tie for 4th with Byrne and Pronk. No one able to catch Jake Scott on this day, Mr. Consistency, with rounds of 71, 70, and 71 on the final day to earn medalist honors and lead Cleveland State to the team title with a total score of 887. Detroit was 2nd with 892, and Green Bay 3rd at 893.
The first day was really tough, high winds. It wasn't necessarily cold or rainy or anything like that, but the wind made this golf course really tough. Just had the putter working all day. It was one of those days where everything I looked at from inside 20 feet just kind of found the hole. Had a little trouble with the long putting, but got that worked out today.
I got off to a good start on 10, made a birdie, but couldn't really get anything going after that. I made a bad bogey on 13, got it back on 14 with a birdie, but just wasn't making any putts, wasn't hitting it close enough, and just kind of scraped around a 73 today.
Next year gives me a lot more, I know I can do it. I proved through this tournament that I can compete at this level, and that's the hardest thing to do during this time in your college career as a sophomore, and trying to progress and play well in the tournament, and then you just move forward from that.
We've got 5 guys that can go out there and shoot 70 at any time. It's something we've never had here. We've always had guys who are shooting the mid-70s consistently, which was good and allowed us to win last year. This year we had that chance to go a little bit deeper. And, we're 3 back going in today, and we're pretty confident we went out and played well. We'd be all right. And, we had a bit of a stumble coming down the stretch, but Garrett's held enough of a cushion to kind of coast through. But it was good to see the guys go play well.
So make it 2 straight medalist honors for Jake Scott, 2 straight Horizon League team titles for the Vikings, which means 2 straight trips to the NCAA tournament. It's only the 2nd time in school history that's happened at Cleveland State. The other team to pull off that feat is the men's tennis team, who earned their 2nd straight trip to the NCAA tournament just last weekend. In Lexington, Kentucky, I'm Damon Lewis for the Horizon League Network.